Roundup. Good evening. Greetings to you guys. Greeting Roundup homies. How you doing? How are you doing this beautiful April evening? Man, it's crazy. You can see my desk is just unbelievable. Always something going on. Never a dull moment here. Roundup, greetings to you. Greetings to you. It's Chris Haskins. My mission and ministry is to raise your financial literacy through real estate investing and entrepreneurship and content creation. I'm adding that in now because I feel that that is an important part of your not only financial literacy but another income stream for you, right? As it has turned in for us. This content stuff has just changed my life. So today, Roundup, what I want to do is go over questions of the day. Let's go over questions of the day. This is so cool because I get to share with you some of the answers that you are putting in here. And don't forget, there's a little button right below Roundup. If you are enjoying any of this free content, over 1,000 videos that we have produced for you, there's a little button right there that says join our channel. It'll give you an opportunity to kind of support the Roundup family, the Roundup community, and it gives my busy entrepreneurs and investors, just give you a little something extra where you can get your questions answered first. Okay. Roundup, I love you. Let's do this. How many real Rounduppers got in the building? Illinois, what's good? What's good? So listen, y'all, first question of the day. I'm going to work backwards, right? Because we didn't do, this is from today. I'm a little nervous, Roundup. I'm a little nervous. What is the most common way? See, here's the thing. There's all type of ways. The NFL and the NBA have all types of coaches. Every team has a different coach, different game plan based on the strategy they wanted to do. So what is the most common way, right? Most common way. You can answer it a million ways. What's the most common way we set up our private lenders so that they are protected from losing their money when we borrow from them to do a flip? It's generally known as security. This is what puts us in the securities business. One of our members here, Curtis, how you doing, my friend? Thank you so much for being one of our members. Thank you. This is what puts us in the security business, right? So we'll give them a promissory note. I want you to note 18% of you guys answered that. I'm not mad at you, but the promissory note just makes notice of the repayment arrangements. Let me repeat that. The promissory note lets the borrower know what the repayment arrangement is. It has nothing to do with with security. With security, right? I can give you a promissory note. That don't mean you're going to have any type of security. I mean, shit, here, you owe me $1 million. Right? What's my security, right? So security, Roundup, is what we're talking about here. Security. What is known as security? We do a partnership, joint venture agreement, 7%. You can record a joint venture agreement, but it is not the most common way, okay? We put their name on title of the property. We do not want to do that. Could you imagine some lender getting mad at you? That old Chris, stupid, making all that money, only paying me X amount of percent. Roundup, we do not put their name on the title. Okay, don't do that. All right. Well, so the answer is D. We give them a deed of trust and a mortgage on the property. What does that allow them to do? What does that allow them to do, Roundup? It allows them to foreclose and take the property back. It gives them the unobstructable right to take the property back. Okay, so we give them a deed of trust depending on what state you're in or a mortgage. All right, so you guys, I'm a little nervous on that one, Roundup. What is that? 59%. So basically, you got an F. Well, I say I won't count this one. So let's see, 70%, right? 70%. You can do a little better on that, Roundup. Number 2, if you're wholesaling a house and making a huge, or as Trump would say, a huge chunk of money on the deal, and you don't want your end cash buyer to necessarily know how much you are making, it's best to do a blank instead of a standard contract assignment. Okay. Number 1 is blind assignment, Roundup. I just made that up. I don't know what that is. It's not even a real thing. Number 2, B, double closing. Yes, 78% of you got that right. Double closing. What is a double closing? All it is you're going to close your side So you got the house under contract for 100 and you're selling it for 130, as opposed to doing a $30,000 contract assignment addendum. You're going to close it for 100, then you're going to resell it for 130. So the seller, they don't necessarily know how much you're making on the assignment. They just know that they're going to give you 130 and that's it. They won't really know until it's closing time. Hard money loan, nah. You might use a hard money loan, you may not. Conventional mortgage, absolutely not. Absolutely not. They ain't gonna do nothing like this, right? So, wholesaling a house, don't want your buyer to know how much you're making. You can use a double closing roundup. Okay. Let's see. Next question is, what does the acronym MAO stand for when making offers on houses? Minimum alternative offer, multiple as is offer. I just made these aren't even real. Minimum alternative offer. This could be as is offer. Maximum adjustable overbid. Nope, not that. These are all actually made up terms. Maximum allowable offer. Oh, so we almost got 80. Nope, mortgage appraised offer. Just nothing. Once again, those are terms I just made up. So 80% of you did that. Round up. Good. What do we get back here? 80%. So good. Round up. You're making me feel good. You're learning. You're getting this stuff. It's sinking in. I'm loving it. I'm glad you did well on this one, Roundup. You did very good. My real estate Roundup homies. If you're just joining us, we're doing the questions of the day. This is like becoming a real cool part of my life now. Questions of the day. I love tests. I love taking tests. When was the last time you took a test? Now, here's the thing. If you fail, if you get the answer wrong, I just want you to know you die. Okay. You die. Okay. The process by which, let me blow this up for you. Sorry about that. The process by which the lender allows a homeowner to sell their house for less than what they owe is called a bank REO? No. Bank REO is where the lender takes the house back. That's where they've already taken it back and they're listing it for sale. A short sale is when the lender allows the borrower to sell the house for less than what they owe. Short sale. 97%. Look at you guys. You are showing out on this one. BPO, broker price opinion. No, but we will do a question on that. That's where you come out. The lender comes out and does an analysis on what the property is worth. Balloon payment mortgage? Nope. So you got that. You showed out on that one, Roundup. I'm proud of you. 97%. Good for you. Next, these are all, and when you watch this later, this one video will be in several of the other questions of the day for the answers, because I can't do one of these every day. What is the final document you have to obtain from the city in order to sell your new construction house you've just completed to an end buyer? While I'm answering this Roundup, I will be in Florida, April 26th. We'll be in Florida. I think it's West Palm Beach. I just paid a ridiculous amount of money to go to a training with Patrick Bet-David. He's only got 100 people in there. The thing sold out, right? First tier tickets were $10,000. Next tier was $4,000. Last tier was $2,000. So I will be in West Palm Beach. I would love to hang out. I don't have any plans on that Monday, April 26th. I'll be there 26th, 27th, and 28th by myself. So I will have time to hang out with you. I'm staying at this crazy hotel. Where is this hotel? Let me see if I can show you a picture of this thing. Good gosh. What is it called? The Breakers. Look at this hotel, y'all. I mean, good Lord. The rooms, they're like $1,200 a night. I got a discount because we're with Pat. Okay, they went down to $900 for Monday. Roundup, I will be in West Palm Beach, April 26th. If you're there, please send me a direct message so we can hang out. I'd love to meet you. Check this hotel out. It's crazy. I mean, look at this. I got to tell you, Patrick Bet-David does it big. Look at the pool. I mean, it's unbelievable. These are hotel rooms. That's a suite, which I probably do not have. Oh, my goodness gracious. Look, it's right here. Where is it at? I guess it's right here. I don't know. The Breakers. Unbelievable hotel, y'all. April 26th through the 28th, I will be in West Palm Beach, staying at the Breakers and going to a training down there. I would love to meet you. If you're in West Palm Beach, shoot your boy a message. I'm down there. I have a commitment to myself to become a better entrepreneur, a better human, a better investor, so I can bring you up too. I'm going right to the horse's mouth. Patrick Bet-David, the man, just bought a mansion down in Palm Beach. So I'm learning from him so I can bring to you what I'm learning from him. Okay, so no shame in my game on that one. Who better to follow than the man worth 150 million, right? So, or if not more. What's the final document you have to obtain from the city in order to sell your new construction house you just completed to an end buyer? Certificate of good standing. That's for your LLC. Doesn't exist in new construction. Certificate of occupancy. Boom. 65% of you guys got it. That's not bad roundup. I'm not mad at you for that. 65% CO. What's what they call it? CO. So when you finish your construction, you go down to the city, you get your final inspection. They're going to issue a certificate of occupancy or a CO. And then you give that to your buyer's lender. You go to closing. You go to closing. Yeah, you go to closing. That's what it is, y'all. You do need the final building permit, but that's not the final document that you do have to obtain, right? Rough in, nobody guessed that. Rough in is when you get started on your construction. Some of y'all want a new construction training. Maybe I will do that. It's close. Final building permit. Some of y'all guessed that, which is close. Now, well, this one came from one of our members, Mark Jones. What's up, Mark? If you're watching, see you on here right now. I don't see you on. I see who's that, Gene? You got that, Gene? I'll get to that question in a minute. If you buy a house and take, sorry about that. If you buy a house and take title in a, what is wrong? If you buy a house and take title in a land trust, who is responsible for and has to pay the real estate taxes? Question submitted by member Mark Jones. Same thing. I'm going to put these two together. Who's responsible and liable to include the house on their tax return if your house is owned in a land trust? Man, so let's start down here. Man, y'all hurting me. Round up, you disappoint me on this one. I love you, but you hurt me on this one. Take title. Who's responsible to pay real estate taxes? The trustee is nothing but an employee. They work for you. You are the beneficiary. The person that's responsible for all taxes, the beneficiary. A land trust is nothing but a flow-through entity. Everything flows through to the beneficiary, which is you or your LLC, right? So that is the answer here is going to be C, the beneficiary. Everything flows through. And who would guess that the title company has to pay taxes on your real estate? Who put that? I'm coming after y'all. So the answer to this one, if you buy a house, take title in a land trust, who's responsible to pay the real estate taxes? The beneficiary. The guarantor has nothing to do with that either. And who's responsible to include the house on their tax returns roundup? Once again, flow through entity, pass through entity, the beneficiary. Why would y'all think the tenant or the occupant is going to pay on a tax return? Put the house on the tax? Really? The trustee? No. Trustee has nothing to do with actual liability on the trust. Only the beneficiary, right? And the mortgagee, that's just the lender who is paying to, right? Round up. Yeah, let me down on this one. You got to do a little bit better on these trustee stuff and the land trust and stuff, right? Mark, that was a good question. So round up, we got your questions answered for the last 5 days. I haven't been able to come to you because I've been in North Carolina and in Atlanta hanging out with some good friends of mine. And I was able to go to meet with Stephanie McGanniff. Got a bunch of content videos for her mobile home training that we're putting together for you. So thanks for joining us tonight. I do a few quick Q&A. And please, if you're in West Palm Beach, direct DM me. I'll be there April 26th, Florida. That's right. Promissory note says I agree to pay. Chris knows that. Now we've talked about promissory notes in the past about people that you don't have security. Very bad. James, if you sent me an email, please send another one. If we didn't get back to you, it means it got lost in the shuffle. It's just an email, my friend. No disrespect. We just get a lot of emails. Want to make sure we get them all. Gene, on a subject to when I lease option, contract for deed to an end buyer, meaning you already own it, do I need homeowners insurance with seller as secondary or landlord insurance as secondary? See, for me, depending on how much, Gene, one of our members, that's a good question. For me, like my home that I live in now, we bought subject to, I have 2 policies. One with the seller's name with the lender, and one in my name with no lender. Let's say mortgagee, right? So I'm a scaredy cat. I got like $200,000 worth of equity. I don't want to lose it if the house burns down. So I want to have nothing to do with my seller. So I have another policy, which will fix the house up if it burns down. So I don't know your level of. Ron LeGrand calls me a wimp for doing this, because what he does is he told me he just adds the seller onto his onto a new policy. So it's up to you, man. But definitely you get a landlord. You get a landlord policy. You can do either one, my friend. Depends on how bold you want to be. Makai, when I'm purchasing a property to trust, who signs the Makai Jeffers? Who signs the purchase and sale agreement with the seller? I just did one of those. The trustee signs the purchase and sales agreement as the buyer. So you got 123 Main Street or 123 Trust, right? Is it you, the buyer, on behalf of your company, or trustee? Your trustee signs the purchase and sales agreement, Makai. Okay. Alexis, Chris, your video is amazing. Thank you. Thank you. I wish somebody would tell my wife that. I'll email my wife, tell her that I really am a hard worker. I really do work. Now, how do you put a mortgaged property into a trust? Very simple. What are a few pathways to funding renovations? Oh, if you need okay. I'm young, new to your channel. Oh man, you got a serious looking thought face on right there, Alexis. How you put property in trust? Simple. You just deed it over. Even if you own it, don't forget. We got mortgages and houses. They don't mix. We think they do, but we don't. The mortgage can be transferred without telling the owner, and the owner can transfer it without telling the mortgage company. Okay, remember that. So all you're gonna do is get a deed, quick claim it into the trust, and it's over. It's over. Or get a title company to do a new deed. Whatever. It's easy. That's simple. Don't forget mortgaged property. Money, houses don't go together. In your mind, you think they do. They don't. They can be transferred at any time without. Let's see if I can do this. Money, real estate. Can you do your hands one that way and one this way? Let's see if you can do that. I bet you can't. I've practiced on it for years. Alexis, financing. Go to the video description. You'll see Fund and Grow. I negotiated a discount for you. If you need financing, they're right there. They're right there. If you need financing, where's Alexis? Curtis, what up, homie? One of my members. What up? What up? What, Alexis? Oh, financing. Fund and Grow will give you business credit lines. Okay. Brit Brat, what up? Is the levy date the date that the county sees the property? I don't know. Not sure about that. Yasha. What's up, Yasha? If you replace your trustee with someone else during the lifetime of the trust, do you need to change the deed to show the new trustee? No, but you can. You can do something called a corrective deed, Yasha. Deed of correction. Not going to cost you anything if you feel funny. See, here's the thing. If your trustee gets replaced, if they were to try to do something shady and sell the property, they don't have the trust anyway. So they can't prove that they are the trustee. And then they'll have to get signatures from the beneficiary, which is you, right? So I've replaced trustees and I've changed the deed. I've replaced trustees and not changed the deed. So it's up to you. I probably would, Yasha. Jane, thank you for becoming my insurance agent, was confounded when I told her what I was doing. Gene, how did I know that? Let me look up that word. Confounded. Used for emphasis, especially to express anger or annoyance. Gene, if y'all didn't catch that, let me show you what Gene's doing. He's doing a subject to. I love this. Lease option. And he talked to his insurance broker. You should have took I want to curse so bad. You should have took the camera into the insurance office to get their face when you told them what you were doing. Gene. Well, I'm buying a house. They're leaving the mortgage in their name, but I need to have an insurance policy in their name too. But I might want to get my own insurance policy on the same house, and then I need to have them as a lost payee. Oh my Lord. I know they would look at you like you were just a straight up convict. So here's the thing, Gene. when you're doing this stuff, you got to keep in mind, I'm walking in the shoes of the wealthy. Generally speaking, insurance brokers, I don't know what they are, but they may or may not be an entrepreneur. And don't tell them that, don't tell them what you're doing. Just say, I did an insurance policy. Like if I have to get an insurance policy in the seller's name, I have the power of attorney, so I can do that. But you might need to get, don't tell them everything you're doing. Just say, hey, I need to get an insurance policy. Here's the name, social security number, boom. Oh, I would love to see their face. Knuckle bump, Section 8 housing. How can you initially know how much rent you can collect? What I would do is go down and find out what other units are getting rent for, or go to gosection8.com and see what other people are charging. That way you'll know. Paul, seller is not signing closing docs. Money's in escrow. Paul, I'm getting upset over this one, Paul. You must not have been a round upper for too long. You probably don't have your deal insurance in place. You got car insurance if you crash the car, house insurance if the house burns down, health insurance if you get sick. I hope you got your deal insurance in place, your memorandum of contract. You better have it in place. If you don't, I'll give it. Your memorandum, and let me get it here. Paul, I'm presuming you wouldn't be putting this in. You wouldn't be putting this in the chat if you had a memorandum recorded. Paul, I'm gonna put a memorandum link in the video description. Prevent sellers from backing out of your signed contract. There you go, buddy. It'll cost you $75. Paul, you better learn how to use the memorandum of contract. I created my own memorandum back in 2009 because I got sick of that happening to me. See, Paul, what you're realizing is you've probably been in the business for a while. You've been doing some deals. You're feeling good. You're real sexy. Okay, I'm closing deals. And then the seller whacks you upside your head. I probably had about a dozen of these happen to me till I got sick of it. I'm like, you know what? There's got to be a way, a document that I can record to verify and make sure that my sellers show up to closing. And if they don't show up to closing, then they have to pay me to get out of the contract. So prayerfully, you spend the $75 or $100 in the link. If you don't see it, refresh your screen. It's a whole memorandum training that you can have to help you prevent sellers from backing out of your signed contract. I feel for you, Paul. If you don't have a memorandum, you're going to have to do something called a lis pendens. And if you want to learn more about that, just give me a direct message, chris@chrishaskins.com. We can do a consultation that can help you with that. You know what, Paul, don't feel bad. To this day, I'm suing somebody right now. I'm in litigation now. I forgot to get my memorandum signed, my deal insurance. So it happens to the best of us. Lewis, just starting out, planning on buying a house, renting it to roommates for a year. Good for you. Good. Yeah, I would do that. That's how I started out, Lewis. Makai, please check your email. I will do that. I will check it. Yes, I will do that, my friend. If you don't get a response, guys, just send me another email. It's crazy over here. Keep watching. Okay, Alexis. Mike, what's your thoughts on Biden's loan modification extending 30-year loan to 40-year? What does it mean for us investors? Are homeowners not getting foreclosed on? I don't have thoughts yet because I don't watch the news. I need to get abreast. My team needs to bring me up to speed on what's going on. I just don't have time to watch the news. I don't know yet. For homeowners are getting foreclosed on, but it's very few. So sorry about that, Maya. I don't have any opinion on that yet. Tiffany, I have 2 properties in my name. Need to get them out of my name. Good. If I move them to the trust, will they still count against my DTI? Yes. Just because you move a house to a trust does not mean that you eliminate the debt. All right. Remember, money, houses, they don't mix. You can transfer the ownership of the house without changing the debt. As long as you signed on that debt, it's on your social. Heather, have my first land deal on the contract. Good. It's zoned for commercial, or can build 2 new houses. Not sure where to start. Where to start wholesale, a new development community next door. I didn't see a question there. Did you have a question for me? Yasha, by the way, thanks for the training. I have recently transferred my home to the trust. Praise God. Good for you, brother. Good for you, Yasha. Get that home out of your name, brother. Robert, good evening, Chris. He's bringing the heat. Thank you, my friend. Thank you. Gene, you ain't lying. You should have seen her face. Gene, you're walking in the direction and the path of the wealthy, dog. How many times have I said this? A million times. People call me Chris, but people call me Chris. I told them this, they said this. I said this. I told them this, they said that. I told them this, they said that. Y'all, you're walking in the ways of the wealthy. Okay. Generally speaking, the people you talk to are not going to be wealthy. All right. So don't expect them to even empathize with you or even relate to what the hell you're doing. Just ball it up, get it out of your head, get them to do what you need them to do and get the hell on. Don't try to convince them, do a seminar. I do seminars for you because you are willing to listen, but I don't do free seminars for people. I just don't do it. Micaiah, if the trustee signs the purchase and sale agreement, yes. Are there any documents that the buyer has to sign? Or is it the person doing the signing as the trustee of the seller? No. All you got to sign is the land trust, brother. You got to sign the land trust. Z, the CEO, sellers have to sign the memorandum. My dog. Who is that? Z. Dude, I'm telling you, every time without exception, I don't get them to sign a memorandum of contract. Shit gets weird. Oh, God. I'm like, are they going to call me? Are they going to show up at closing? Why are they texting me back? They went ghost on me. Oh, man, did they get a better offer? Did they stop liking me? Did they see something on the internet that they didn't like? Did God tell them not to sell me the house? Z? Who said that? Was that Paul? Paul? See, you're living by the hope. I hope the seller shows up to closing. I just don't do that anymore. I got sick of that. You can't feed your family like that, Paul. And I'm giving you a hard time, because I love you. But just like Zoe's saying, sellers have to sign. I love it. I could go on. I'm not even going to go there right now. I get emotional when I talk about these memorandums and people backing out of deals. I can't stand it. Robert, that memorandum contract is beast. That's right. Shay, what's the benefits of putting a property into a trust versus LLC? Oh boy. Don't know if I want to. So many benefits. Anonymity. I mean, nobody knows. It's really just anonymity. Tamika, hey, I owe you a phone call. Tamika, I do have 3 kids, a dog, and a wife to answer to, my friend. I still love you. Whenever I get off the phone, it's like, okay, I'll get back to you as soon as I can. Yeah, I owe you a phone call. Yeah. Yasha, once your home is in a trust and someone asks if you own the home, do you actually say yes or no? Who said this? Let me take my quote. Hold on a second. Rockefeller. Okay, Rockefeller. I'm taking this from the infamous Rockefeller with his punk butt. The secret to success is to own nothing but control everything. Own nothing but control everything. So I'll let you take that. Inger, own nothing. Possibly my first landlord purchase. Should it not be in my name? Well, if you're getting a loan, you're going to have to put it in your name. But then you can always transfer it out. Okay. Micaiah, when does the seller sign the memorandum of understand? There's 2 things you can do. Is it like for me, if I know it's real tricky, like the last time I had drug situation, or like the last one we did was real funky because a boyfriend living on a couch and she didn't want to kick him out and she didn't know when we were going to sell. So I got them to sign the memorandum at the same time they did the purchase and sale. But you're going to have a notary. You could use a mobile notary or meet them at their bank or whatever. But if it's real cool, you can have them sign the contract and then you can say, hey, listen, we got some other documents we need you to sign, Mrs. Smith. Can we bring them by, or can you meet us here, or come by the title company and have them authorize those docs? So it's up to you. If it's a real funky situation, have them do it at the time they sign that contract. I remember like it was yesterday, one of the people on crack. I had the notary meet at their house, sign a contract and the memorandum. But nowadays, you could probably do an thing with that mobile notary on the internet. Round up. Question of the day. Listen, if you guys find it in your heart to support my channel, we've done over 1,000 videos for you for free. There's a button right there for the busy professionals or the serious entrepreneurs that want to get their questions answered first, right? This is a sacrifice of nothing but a couple Starbucks of coffee a month, right? Just for your boy. If I'm working for you, I'm literally working for you every day. I got to get out of here and put these kids in a bed. Round up, I love you. I will be in Florida, West Palm Beach, April 26th. I would love to meet you. I'm going to be staying out there for a couple of days doing some training so I can be a better entrepreneur for you. And that's it. I'll see you guys soon. Oh, darn, I keep forgetting. Subscribe if you haven't already. Subscribe to the channel, y'all. Keep getting that light noise. Subscribe to the channel. Like the content. Share with any other investors that need to learn this stuff, right? And let me know. I was going to do a private money class over the next few days. Let me know if y'all need that. It'd be cool. Okay, y'all. Peace.